Hello, everybody. So today we'll be talking about Rossy. What is Rossy? It is basically an AI-powered voice receptionist. Think of Rossy as a super smart assistant that answers every phone call for your business instantly and professionally. She can greet customers, answer questions based on your policies, book appointments, take orders, and even escalate to a human when needed. Rossy works 24/7, never takes breaks, and is always ready to help, without scripts, training, or extra hiring. We'll now be looking at how we'll be onboarding the Rossy system and how a person can navigate to the dashboard as well as the entire onboarding process. The first thing that we'll do is we'll be signing in with Google. Once that happens, it'll redirect you to an onboarding form. Now, what is this onboarding form for? It is basically for starting to get Rossy set up for your business. It'll collect essential details like your store information, the business type, service types, appointment preferences, and frequently asked questions. This information allows Rossy to customize her behavior and responses to fit your brand and operations so that she can answer calls effectively from day one. This is the very first page that appears. It'll ask your business name, and then there's the business category. It's an e-commerce or digital agency. For now, we'll be selecting digital agency. So basically, a digital agency is a company that helps businesses grow by providing services like website development, digital marketing, branding, automation, and customer experience tools. In this case, a digital agency may offer Rossy to their clients as a modern communication tool to improve customer service, reduce missed opportunities, and also automate common tasks. Once we select the business category, we'll input the business name, the business address. In store hours, you can basically input the working hours of your store. In this case, it's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And how long would you like Rossy, that is your AI agent, to be available? Would it be the same as the working hours or something different? You can edit it according to your convenience. We'll be adding the website URL, and we'll also be needing some of your information about the business and the services you offer. We can either auto-generate it or you can write it on your own. Once it's auto-generated, there's also an option to refine on the basis of your convenience. And once this is done, we'll move to the second page. So this information is basically going to help Rossy take and extract information from the clients. For example, would you like the caller's full name? Would you like for them to give their phone number or their email address? You can select it as a no or a yes depending on your preferences. And if it is a new client, would you like Rossy to ask for their company name, why they're reaching out, and when would be the best time for them to schedule a meeting? Since Rossy will be initiating the entire process of scheduling a meeting, you can also edit the meeting title, how long would you like the meeting to go on for, and finally, connecting main Google Calendar. Now we'll be selecting the account that we want to connect to Google Calendar. For me, it's this one. We'll go with Rossy.ai. We'll click on Continue. And we'll wait for all the checklists to appear. Now there are 6 scopes that we'll have to check upon and we'll have to allow Rossy to access. The very first one is to view and edit events on all your calendars. Rossy basically uses this to create, modify, or cancel events directly on your calendar so customers can book instantly and your availability stays up to date. See and download any calendar you can access using your Google Calendar. This allows Rossy to identify your existing calendars and show availability correctly, ensuring there are no booking conflicts. The next one is See, Edit, Share, and permanently delete all the calendars you can access using Google Calendar. Rossy may need this to create a dedicated calendar for bookings or manage events more effectively. She won't delete or share calendars unless explicitly configured to do so. The next is to see your personal information, including any personal information you've made publicly available. This is basically used to personalize Rossy's interactions, ensuring a friendly, customized experience for all the callers. And this Rossy will only be using the information that is made publicly available. The next is see your primary Google account email address. Rossy uses this to identify your account and send call summaries or appointment confirmations to your primary email address. The last one is associate you with your personal info on Google. This helps Rossy securely link your calendar with your Rossy account, ensuring the right events are being booked on the right calendar. We'll click on continue in order for Rossy to have all these access. If there's an existing client, would you like for them to opt for support, or is there any particular email you'd like for them to redirect to for any extra help? If you would like for them to book a meeting, there's a similar process for that too, but for now we'll be marking it as a no. Are there any key personas that you would like to add? After you select all the fields, we'll be moving on to the next page. This page is basically used for getting to know if you want to connect any agency tools. If yes, you can select what kind of agency tool you'd like to connect, whether it's a project management, customer support tool, or anything else. For now, we'll be going with no, and we'll be proceeding for the next step. This is going to give you a sample of how the agent voice is going to be and what the maximum call duration of your call is going to be. It basically defines the maximum length for each call the AI can handle. This is basically for enabling this call transfer to a human agent. And if you do want that to happen, we'll be asking for the phone number the call should be redirected to, the personal name who will be attending the call, and what are the transfer conditions. For example, if the caller sounds upset or dissatisfied, or if the caller asks to speak with a real person. Once all of these fields are filled, you can complete the setup. We'll be redirected to the dashboard. On the dashboard, we'll be able to see 4 modules, the very first one being the dashboard. It will basically show all the chart data that Rossy has collected from all the calls. In call logs, all the calls that were recorded by Rossy and were attended by Rossy will be available right here with their duration, their start time, their ended reason. It will also contain the transcript and the recording of the entire call. In phone numbers tab, we'll be listing all the phone numbers that will be given to Rossy for attending all the calls. So that'll be the phone number that will be allocated to Rossy in order for her to receive calls. And finally, Talk to AI Agent is basically the tab that you can use to take a demo of how Rossy has been working. So once you have set up all these things with all the onboarding flow, you can test how Rossy responds to different comments using this particular tab. So that was how we'll be going through the entire onboarding process as well as the dashboard of Rossy. Thank you so much.